Well, first son Hunter Biden's preparing now for his first big solo art show. It's going to be in the fall. Ethics watchdogs in the government, though, say they are concerned. Now, his paintings are expected to fetch up to as much as $500,000 a piece, and buyers are going to remain anonymous. The Washington Post reports today the White House has worked out a deal where buyers will be kept confidential from Hunter himself due to ethics concerns. But Walter Schoeb, who served as former President Obama's ethics chief, has tweeted this. He says the idea that even Hunter won't know, but the White House has outsourced government ethics to a private art dealer. We're supposed to trust a merchant in an industry that's fertile ground for money laundering, as well as unknown buyers who could tell Hunter or White House officials? Is this amateur hour for government ethics? All right, we got the power panel to debate this for us. T.W. Shannon is the former co-chair of Black Voices for Trump and former Speaker of the Oklahoma House. And, of course, Leslie Marshall is radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Guys, before we get into it, I got to say, I know something about this. I grew up in a household, a family of professional artists. There is not an unknown artist on God's green earth who is having their first solo show and pulling in between $75,000 and $500,000 for a single painting. Leslie, I'll go to you first.
Well, come on. If the Kardashians had a show tomorrow, how much would those paintings go for?
Well,
and they don't have a background as artists.
Perfect. But, Leslie, why would they go for that amount of money?
Sorry?
Why would they go for that amount of money?
Sadly, we live in a society where, what is your name, or, the attachment of your name or the celebrity. But the issue here is, I think the White House was trying to do its best, but quite frankly, this does not go far enough, and here is why. One, the purchasers of the paintings or the artwork could basically go out and say, hey, I'm one of the people that bought it. Two, there needs to be an NDA with the purchasers. In addition to that, there needs to be some kind of something prohibiting legally foreign workers from being able to purchase any of this artwork. So I think the White House had good intentions, but it doesn't go far enough. Certainly, any president's family member, current or former, Democrat or Republican, can earn a living, should be able to earn a living. And according to Hunter Biden, this is keeping him alive as a recovering alcoholic and drug addict.
So, TW, let's break down some of the pitfalls inherent in this setup, shall we? There's, first of all, the concern that foreign agents, some of them representing foreign governments, could try and purchase these paintings as special favors in the hope of getting special favors from the U.S. government through Hunter Biden. There is worry that American lobbyists might undertake the same kind of efforts to curry favor with the administration. And as Walter Schoeb, President Obama's ethics advisor, pointed out, we're relying on the word of a single art dealer in New York City here to guarantee that Hunter and the entire Biden family and the entire Biden administration is never able to access the names of those buyers. Is this something you feel good about putting trust in?
Well, absolutely not. I think you bring up a really good point. And I got to say, first of all, I've never heard Hunter Biden so aptly described as comparing him to the Kardashians. I think that's spot on. But the reality is I've never met Hunter Biden. I don't know him. But he is either the world's greatest international energy expert and a modern-day Picasso, or he's the world's greatest recipient of liberal privilege in American history. But more importantly, I think the White House has taken the absolute wrong approach as it relates to this art show. The idea that we're going to hide and keep in secret who's buying, who the recipient is, that's outrageous to me and flies in the face of everything we know to be decent in America. The White House should be promulgating the idea that it should be open. We should know who's buying it, how much they paid for it, and we should know what the White House relationship is with anybody who's making that purchase. Anytime money's been exchanged by a first family, it should be a transparent process, and this White House has taken the absolute opposite approach to that. But, it really seems inappropriate that the White House is even drafting the agreement for this. I mean, the idea that they would be providing coverage for Hunter Biden, I mean, it really begs the question, what else is this family covering up and what else are they peddling out there? But, we've heard Hunter Biden's racist, remarks in his tweets and his text messages. We've seen him as an oligarch, an oil tycoon, consultant, overseas. And frankly, there's been no accountability held. CNN reported he is under investigation back in December. But again, we know nothing more than that. So this should be open. And right now it is not.
He's the subject of 2 separate investigations at this moment in time. We'll see what happens as we go forward. We got to leave it there, folks. But TW and Leslie, thanks so much for taking time for us on this Friday. Have a fabulous weekend.
Thank you, Jillian.
You too. Thank you, Gil.